place. Someone flips me a bad body. So, it's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to iBoxingHub. If you're new to this channel, remember to subscribe, like, and share. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours truly, Tre. What's good?
Cuz, big up to you, big up to the whole of the community, and big up to the iBoxingHub family. You know, without the family and without the community, we wouldn't do what we do best. But before we get started, before we get into the show, I'm wearing the trackie. We obviously have to big up to our sponsors, Duroc Clothing. Yes, people. So look, this iBoxingHub in association with Duroc. So guys, just take advantage of the discount code, which is iBoxingHub24, and you get 40% off everything. So if you liked what my cousin was wearing during the shadow boxing, just head over to the description, Duroc, iBoxingHub24, and just take advantage, man. I like what I'm wearing, and I'm sure you're gonna like what is on the website. But cuz, before we kind of get into the show, because it's been a great weekend, I just want to do a shout out personally, you know, for True Dollar Bill. His album is out. So guys, scan the QR code. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, and you know, you can get direct access to what True Dollar Bill is doing. I like a few of his songs. In My Soul's pretty good. You know, Activated, which is, you know, the Across the Way theme song, but there's proper heartfelt tunes there, man. So this is a project in the making. And also big up to our boy Abbas as well. He attended his boys' last dance. We're gonna obviously talk about that show, and we're gonna talk about, you know, the events that unfolded. But yeah, cuz it's been a great week, man. How you been, firstly, cuz that? How you been?
I've been alright. A bit busy, work, etc. But I've been alright. Just the news of boxing, really. I heard, obviously, it's not true. I don't know. Well, it's not true, but it was supposed to be true. Jake Paul and Canelo.
Oh, cuz I'm so happy that's not true. Cuz let's keep it real. We don't want to see El Presidente batter Jake Paul. Look, but the thing is, cuz we have to big up Jake Paul because he's a tremendous marketeer. You know, we're entrepreneurs. You know, I appreciate what he does for the sport in terms of marketing and also putting women's boxing out there for the likes of, you know, Amanda Serrano, Shadeja Green, who's also part of his stable. So look, we got to give him credit for the way he promotes, but cuz that's a bit of a joke fight. But now that we're at that Canelo conversation, you know, the talks was quite strong. We obviously heard a lot about the Crawford Canelo. That's obviously not going to be happening. We know for sure Cinco de Mayo is going to be William Skull versus Canelo, undefeated. For those that don't know who William Skull is, right at the bottom of the corner, here's his box record. He's obviously undefeated, and he's Cuban. I don't know if that's going to, you know, bring any problems to Canelo, but cuz just let me know your thoughts about the whole, it was happening with Crawford, then it's not, and now it's, you know.
I'm hearing it's still happening with Crawford because he signed is it a free fight deal?
Yeah, he's got a free fight deal with.
So my understanding is happening in September with Crawford. That's why it's happening, huh?
What do you think? That's definitely like.
Well, I mean, look. Benavides, he's moved up now. You know, he's moved up, so that, well, unless, you know, they show him serious money, might come back down for the Canelo fight. Crawford, I believe. I mean, I want to see that fight now. I'm just so gassed. I mean, I've the hype has just gassed me up now. Thinking, you know what, yeah, let's have it.
Let's have it.
You know, the same way you've got, look, I know it's a weird analogy when I use it, but you got the same way you got Conor Ben fighting Eubank going up. It's the same way you got Crawford going up fighting Canelo. Don't get me wrong. I'm not comparing them to. I'm not saying, you know, Eubank Junior's Canelo. No, not at all. But let's have it.
No, let's have it. Let's have it. But the only difference, from my understanding, should that fight happen, we've seen, you know, Crawford's trainer, you know, McIntyre, Brian Bomack. He's obviously said that there ain't going to be no rehydration clauses or anything like that. So if Crawford moves up to 168, it's for undisputed. So he's going to have to, you know, reach that limit. And I'm sure, you know, Crawford, because, look, he's a tremendous fighter. You would say he's a generational fighter. He's definitely part of the top of the pound-for-pound rankings. Of course, it would be great to see him 3-time undisputed, but it's going to be a tough feat. It's going to be a tough feat. And big up to FK Breeze, straight from training, I believe. Where's the damn Eubank versus Ben announcement? FK Breeze, big up to you, my brother. So people, make sure you follow FK Breeze, amateur boxer, next coming up. So cuz I believe he wants you to sort out some sort of FK Breeze, make sure you DM Biyenge, you know. He's ready, man. Let's go.
I think there's a press conference tomorrow, or there's gonna be some news tomorrow. I'm not too sure if that's gonna be about the Eubank.
You know what I think the news is, cuz? And I think it's so tactical. I think we have to give credit to Frank Warren, man, because yes, he obviously titled the event The Last Dance, but it could be talking about The Last Dance with Queensberry and TNT. I think this is going to be one of the announcements, man, that the switch over confirming. And yeah, that's what I think. Guys, get involved. If you think differently, just let us know, man. But I believe, he don't want the smoke. Cuz he's FK Breeze to say he don't want the smoke.
Last week, I said to him, DM me. He hasn't DM'd me.
Yeah.
He hasn't DM'd me.
Okay, Breeze. I think that's enough, my brother, man. You needed to DM him at that moment, man. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, cuz I think that would be good news. What you saying, man?
I think the news is rumors are saying, and I believe it's true. We've got a heavyweight clash, Dylan White and Joe Joyce.
Ooh, okay.
April.
Okay. So
I think that might be one of the news to say, you know, Dylan White and Joe Joyce. That's actually a good fight. I think that's a good fight
for both. Yeah,
that's a good fight for both of them.
I think that's a proper scrappers as well, man. Ooh, we'll bust up. I didn't say to the but yeah, you make sure you DM him, man. I think that'll be good content, you know, for the people. And FK Breeze is confirming that White versus Joyce, finalizing the deal for April. Thank you so much, FK Breeze, for getting involved in the chat. People, the floor is open. So this is a Sunday service for the boxing community. So if you want to have your say, just pop something in the chat and let's get something rolling. But yeah, what you saying? Who wins that, cuz? Let me throw that.
You know what? I don't know, you know. Just judging on both of their performance, I think it's going to be a tough fight for both of them. I think they've both lost the punching resistant power. I think they're both going to be sluggish. But I don't think it's going to go to distance. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go to distance. It's funny I say that because obviously the Derek Chisora and Joe Joyce went to distance, but this one I don't know because it's just like I feel that with this fight they've both got something to prove. I think the loser goes down back to the drawing boards, whereas the winner, you know, could potentially down the line be back in the mix again.
Big up to Lucy. Lucy's just jumping straight in the chat. Big up Lucy from all the way from the States. We love your energy. Lucy's fat. She's saying whoever loses that fight should call it a day. This is a fair point as well. FK Breeze is saying it's one of them gonna fall like a big tree falling down, breaking
Right.
down the ring.
No, I mean,
Crazy.
put it this way, like it's that fight is. Remember, they both want to participate in Riyadh season. Like they want that paycheck. They want to participate in the big fights. This is it now. This is it's the finals. So the loser, I don't know. Obviously, it's up to. I can't really say, oh, you should retire. It's up to them, innit? But remember, the heavyweight division, you've got so many new young talent. You know, people are hungry as well. So it's just going to get tougher and tougher. So may the best man win. I'm more going for Dylan White because I'm just thinking that he punches harder than Derek Chisora, and he's got that left hook.
And he's hungry. He's hungry as well, man. You saw him trying to make that fight with Chisora, man. He wants. Yeah. It seems like he needs some sort of a fight now, man. Like he's
a bit trimmed down. I saw from his face when I saw him yesterday. Well, I saw him on TV. He seemed a bit trimmed. Yeah,
of course. He looks healthy, trimmed up.
Joe Dress, what? He's 40 now. So so again, age. Obviously, but then again, Joe Dress has got the engine. So it can go either way. You know.
It's just my thing with the Juggernaut, because the only problem is he just takes too many shots, man. I just think he just takes too many shots. I know he's got the mantra as the Juggernaut, and before he had that kind of energy before the Zhang fight that he could take those shots, man. But now, you know, he's getting a lot older. I think he's just going to have to, you know, use his head movement a lot more and just use some of that amateur experience he's been able to build, you know, being in, you know, the Olympics, the World Championships. So, look, let's do it, man.
That's mad. A few years ago, Joe Dress wanted to fight Usyk. Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course.
It's mad. If that fight had happened yet, Usyk would have battered him because Usyk's a mover. And Joe Dress, unfortunately, he isn't.
It's like a cat in it, man.
Yeah.
Boom.
Do you know what? It's a tough one. It's a great fight. It's a good fight. Is it pay-per-view? No, I won't say it's pay-per-view, but it's definitely a good fight. It's just mad just to think. It's crazy when you think about it, right? Look, Joe Dress has beaten Parker and Triple D, but look where they're at. Dylan White has beaten Parker, but look where he's at. This is crazy. This is crazy.
It's boxing. It's boxing.
I know.
Heavyweight boxing as well, man. This is heavyweight boxing is, you know, is up in the air because mention this. What's his name? Povetkin. So apparently he's got a 4 or 5 year ban, but I find that stupid. I mean, he's retired already, so I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. If anything, I understand that they were going to probably fine him, but he ain't going to come back to boxing. He's done. Yeah, but, you know, for me, and look, big up to Lucy. She's obviously saying Joyce and Usyk actually fought in the World Series. Yeah, like 10, 12 years ago. This is exactly what I was alluding to as well. So big up to Lucy's facts always coming through. I think these things needs to be done now, because fighters and, you know, people that's involved in the preparation in camps and stuff like that, the ingredients these fighters are intaking, they need to be punished in some sort of way just to avoid other fighters in doing the same thing. I'm not saying certain fighters are cheaters or whatever, you know, things happen, contamination, but it's too much of a common factor now. So we need to see punishments so that we can avoid other fighters being in the same situation now. So that's why it's good, you know, with fighters being signed up to VADA. I know it's voluntary, but these things do, you know, help in terms of these things.
The same way you talk about punishment, I do believe that the judges as well in fights.
Yes, we're going to get to it.
I believe if they don't get punishment, then what should happen is they should downgrade them into like small hall shows or something.
Yes.
Like, obviously we're going to go straight into the main event here, but come on. That score, it was just ridiculous. It's just like, I'm beginning to think now, with judges, I'm beginning to think maybe they shouldn't be there in the arena. Maybe they should be somewhere else watching it on TV and then judge like that. Because I'm thinking, what are they watching? What am I missing? Because It just doesn't make. I understand they got favoritism. They might like someone more than the other. I get all that, but do your job. Do you know what I mean? You're there to do a job, and judging on their job is terrible. Don't get me wrong. The right man won. Yeah, he won, but still, it's just it's not good.
Cuz 100%. We're obviously going to get into the main event shortly. It was a tremendous event. Judging, we've had this conversation quite a few times, and it's a continuous thing as well. Maybe, you know, an introduction to some sort of VAR system or setup where the judges are locked in a room, several screens with different angles, so that they could judge the fight without the influence of the crowd and everything. So what happens is you have a referee with my sort of headphones or whatever, or a little earpiece. It gives them whatever the judges are saying, and then they'll read out I think that'll just kind of make it thing. And it also protects the fighters as well. So
I think that might even be worse
as well, man. It might be worse, guys.
I think it'd be worse, honestly. Locking up in the room, looking at screens. I think it'd be worse. I think it'll be worse. I don't know. I just honestly, what I honestly think is they need to be held accountable. And if anything, they should say why they gave that scorecard. And if they get found guilty, okay, don't fire them. No, just go back to small hall show. Do you know what I mean? I think it's only fair.
I agree with you, because it happens in football as well.
Yeah.
When referees, you know, are involved in a bit of a, you know, dodgy decision making, they push them down. If they're Premier League, push them down to maybe a championship, you know, refereeing, give them a bit of a fine as well, just so that they can really kind of define things. But that's not going to happen unless boxing has one rule book. There's not one rule book in boxing where, okay, this is how you judge, this is how you score points, this is how a fighter wins. They need to be. It's very subjective sport, and it's been like that for several years now, man. So yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. Look, lock them there with fighters. That's what FK Breeze is saying.
When the judge gives a crazy score, I think they should interview them like, yo, judge, please explain. I guarantee you they wouldn't know. They'll be baffled. They wouldn't know why they gave that. It just doesn't make sense. Because look, just judging on the main event yesterday, correct me if I'm wrong, Otto Wallin only won 2 rounds, I believe.
That's through me personally and through most pundits and analysts that watched it. We're obviously going to break it down a lot more straight after it, man. You're itching, cuz, man. Let me just run through a couple of these comments, and then let's get down to the main event, man. I know you're itching for it. So Lucy's saying it's hard to punish judges because ultimately, who decides what is a bad decision? It's always a matter of opinion. Look, Lucy's facts coming through. 100% agree. I'll big up to you, my brother. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just announce the score after each round. Other combat sports like Muay Thai already do it. This is a good point from Al Booga. Big up to you, Al Booga, for getting involved in the discussions, because everyone's obviously talking about it. You're itching for it. What you saying, man?
Just before going to, I like that what my man just said, but one that put the boxers off if they were scoring each round. By them scoring each round, is it them? Is it? I don't know. I'm trying to think.
It's true. It's one of those. It's subjective, isn't it? We try to.
Because judging yesterday, Derek, whenever he went back in his corner, nobody said, "Oh, you're losing," or "pull up." They were just neutral.
Yeah,
which is good. Which is good.
Yep.
Yeah. Whereas Otto Wallin one, I know they were telling him like, "Look, step up," you know. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, no, go on.
All right, people. This is the main event, the last dance. We've named the title of the show. Who's next for Derek Chisora? But look, let's just give appreciation to Derek Chisora. He had obviously his special last dance event yesterday. It was actually his 49th fight in the ring, and the whole event was an absolute spectacle, cuz, man. You know, you saw the energy from Chisora. You saw the knockdown as well. Made him fly as well because he got knocked down. The guy's just flying right there, man. It's just absolutely crazy, man. But look,
Otto Wallin.
absolute warrior. And you saw at the end as well, he had all the pictures, the posters of the fighters. He let the people kind of choose, and everyone was kind of going for AJ. But cuz, let's review it, man. 49th fight for Chisora. What a warrior. War Chisora. So cuz, man, let's take, man.
The fight, the outcome was good. The fight itself was really good. I wasn't expecting that at all. I literally thought Otto Wallin was going to give Derek problems. He really didn't. I was disappointed in Otto Wallin, very, very disappointed in him. It's just, it just seems like he can't take a punch. Kept on bear hugging, and obviously I think it was a head clash, and from there he wanted to take advantage, but Derek's just smart, you know. So Derek went southpaw in a minute.
Yep.
Derek, yeah, listen, he's tough. He's a tough man. He's a tough cookie. Yeah, one thing, he's tough. War Chisora is tough. So he could have given up any time. And that punch, wow, I can't remember which round it was, but Otto Wallin said he can't remember. He said he felt that he lost balance, but boy, he went.
He really lost balance. Man. The guy's flying in the air, cuz virtually threw him across the ring. If it wasn't for the zones, copyright, and stuff like that, we would have showed the clip and all of that, man. But people can just kind of just get an understanding from if a man is landing like this and he's going flat on his back. I think this kind of just says enough, man. It had enough power. It was a grazing shot as well in his temple.
Yeah.
Still, it's enough power, man.
In the last, I think it was the last round, he knocked him down. But to be fair, ref should have stopped this fight time ago because Otto was getting punched up. He was getting worked. He was, if anything, the ref allowed him to survive each round. But I'm happy with Derek's performance. I'm really happy for him. And do you know what fight I would like to see Derek fight next? It would be nice if it happened in Africa, but I can't see it happening in Africa anytime soon. I think it will most probably be in the Riyadh season in Saudi.
Okay.
David Haye, the rematch.
Ooh, you're throwing a bit of spice, man. Big up to you, cousin. Big up to also Eric in the chat as well. So his show with CJ's every Thursdays, Crossroads in boxing. Big up to Eric. I never rated Wallin. Wallin is too upright and was always going to get caught with the looping shots. I expected Chisora to stop him, to be honest. Oh, these are just good points, man. Daddy always told me never to trust a fighter who made name and loss. The reason everyone paid attention to Wallin is because he lost to Fury. He's decent, but he's not that good. Look, Lucy's Thatch just comes through. I love the face of what he did with Wallin. Yeah, he said, you ain't got heart. Dane, oh, yeah, look, 100%, man, 100%. And Eric's confirming to hit the like. People, look, hit the likes, people. If you like these shows, hit the likes, share it with a friend. Make sure you let a friend know about, iBoxingHub, because we've got absolutely everything on it, man. But, cuz, I love what you said in terms of David Haye. I definitely think that if you're going to bring him back, because he's talking about a potential comeback, I'm sure that would tempt, Chisora to be like, you know what, we can do another one here in London. David Haye, let's have it, man. I think they should do it Olympic Stadium, cuz.
The last chance, my understanding was this is his last time fighting here in the UK.
Yep.
So potentially his next fight will most likely be in Saudi Arabia because it's going to be his 50th fight. So I think in his 50th fight, judging on he could take the winner of Joe Joyce and Dylan, but there's no point because he's fought both of them already. But I think, that will be icing on the cake, creme de la creme, because they fought, was it 10 years ago?
Yep. Yeah, that's what they fought at Upton Park, West Ham's old stadium. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to bring it here, do it back at the Olympic Stadium, West Ham's new stadium.
It depends, innit? But I think doing it in Saudi, they're getting paid serious money.
True.
And I mean, when you think about it, David wants to come back, but okay, who's David looking to fight? I mean, you know, like look, AJ or Fury. Well, Fury's he's retired already. AJ is soon to be on his way out. I don't think Dylan will entertain Hay. I don't think Wakoli would entertain Hay. Maybe Martin. Sorry, maybe Lawrence or Coley might entertain David Hay. I don't know, but it's just come on, like if you want the money fight, Chisora and Hay, and I think this Chisora beats Hay. That's my personal opinion.
This is more active.
It should be David Hay. It makes sense, David Hay, because look, Derek. Look, even though I think Derek beat Usyk in the first fight, Usyk. Look what he done to Fury. There's no point Derek fighting him. Yeah, there's no point. Triple D, there's no point because think about it. What's his name? The coach. What's his name again?
Don Charles.
Don Charles. He knows
too much.
Knows too much. Do you know what I mean? There's no point. Plus AJ, I swear AJ is manager, 258, and under the same management and whatnot. So they're good friends. They're not going to fight. Do you know what I mean? So, the only person is to fight is Hay or Tony Bellew.
Yeah, no, that would be interesting. Big up to Aisha as well in the chat. She's saying huge congrats to Derek. Great work last night. Yes, we agree with you, sis, man. Big up to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And people, make sure you're following what Aisha's doing with Green Diamond Boxing, of course, man. But everyone's pretty much getting involved in the chat. Look, Hayes 44, hasn't fought in 7 years, which we agree. David Hay with that energy is in a 3-lane motorway relationship, I know. And Lucy's confirming that David Hay better have a tune-up, man.
Oh, yeah, he better have a tune-up. David Hay, listen, David Hay is better off having a tune-up. I mean, we don't. I personally don't want to see Chisora and Wilder. It just doesn't make sense. Wilder, we want to see Wilder and AJ. Yeah, there's no point putting Chisora because putting Chisora and Wilder, we already know what's gonna happen. You know.
Ooh, look, why is he wanting to come back? Cause man, Asher's asking, man. From your understanding,
according to him, because I remember he had he went on Simon Jordan's podcast, and then he said he has to correct something. Once he gets something right, he's gonna come back. Man, fucking dude. I mean. You've achieved what you needed to achieve, and
look, Eric agrees with you, cuz Eric is saying here, look, Derek's biggest rival in boxing was Hayes, so Chris, it'll make so much sense, man. I agree. Remember, you glassed me.
He glassed me.
You glassed me. You glassed me.
The African kicked in.
Oh, the African come out, man. He said no British here. You glassed me.
Look, honestly, if I was Frank Warren, I'd go, oh, this is a big fight. We can do this fight because all the fans will tune in. All the fans will tune in. It's like I said, it's a farewell. It's the big 5-0. It's a farewell, and not just that, right? Yesterday's event, I loved it. Just the energy, just the crowd energy. That's what I miss. I miss that. I miss that, you know.
His entrance, cuz, man. Sorry to cut you off as well, man. Chisora's entrance, for me, I can't even lie to you, is one of the most signature entrances in boxing right now, man. Just the Hotel California Eagles vibe. I just like what he's doing, man. He brought I think he kind of brought this whole Undertaker kind of vibe when he had the cowboy hat, everything. Yeah, man. I agree with you, cuz, man. I like that.
I'm not gonna lie. When he walked out, and then I think by the stairs he kind of started. I thought his legs went.
I know. I
thought his legs were. I said, this is not looking good.
That's bad.
Nah, he done the job. I want to see. Honestly, I want to see Hay.
Yeah.
And if David Hay's watching this, come out. Come out. Come out. Come out. Retire.
Get him on the show, cuz. Let's get him on the show, man.
Well, yeah, man. I'm out of time and let's make.
We're working on the project, so I'm gonna be dealing with these sponsors, man. So man, let's definitely work on getting him on, because these are the questions that we need to ask him. Like, what prompted you to? Because remember, he had a lot of problems with his shoulder injuries and all that. So
I mean,
Big up, Trill Dollar Bill, Trill Dollar Bill. You know what? Now that he's here, cuz man, he's here, Trill Dollar Bill. Big up to you, man. Just a quick one, just for the people, just because you're here, my brother. Like, guys, make sure you just scan the QR code, stream his new album. It's available on Apple Music and Spotify. Guys, just love the album, man. Just big up to Trill Dollar Bill, man. This is a project that he's been working on for a long time. So people, make sure you support our brother in his album, man. Get those streams up for him, man. But yeah, cuz, man, sorry about that, man.
Yeah, no, I'm saying David, listen, let's have it. Derek Chisora's last fight, yeah, his 50th fight. Derek Chisora vs David Haye. You can title it Frenemies or Manager. I don't know, something, you know, just something funny, you know. But
look, you've convinced Eric, cuz, man, for the Haye fight.
It makes sense. Think about it.
Let's do it.
He wants to come out. Think about it. Haye's all about the money, right? Yeah. So is Delboy. Delboy is all about, because Derek was saying when he was with Eddie Hearn, he was eating fish. When he went with Frank, he's eating caviar. He's upgraded, you know. Yeah, so let's have it. Let's have it. If it's not a Saudi one, then let's have it here.
Let's have it, man. Let's have a
yeah. And it'll be on the zone. It will be, you know, people be tuning worldwide everywhere. You know, it will be like, look, the biggest fight at the moment. Well, the biggest fight, the biggest British fight would have been.
Wrist. Big up to Stay Wading. Big up to Abbas Ray as well, man. Big up to them, man.
Big fight, right? It's obviously AJ Fury. That's not happening. Well, it's paused at the moment. It's Eubank Jr., Conor Ben. Then you got Chisora and David Haye.
I love it. I would love it. I'm not gonna lie, I would love it, man, because it's a part two that kind of makes sense. We would have to make Chisora the favorite for that fight, man, because he's just.
I think he is. Just due to
stronger now.
Look at his resume, and he's been doing it for 18 years. He's now what, allegedly 41, but yeah, you know, he's a fighter.
Yeah.
So let's end it with a big bang, and I think him and Haye, it'll be tremendous.
Look, because you've said it, and I think you've answered Lucy's question, but answer it again for her. Is David Haye still that popular? He is. I think he's still popular, and the good thing about this fight as well, thinking about the build-up, David Haye's got his signature, ain't no stopping us now, that energy, and then you got Chisora coming out to the Eagles. You know, everyone, the crowd's going to get involved. So I think just getting on your promoter's hat, I think it makes sense doing it in London, man. So, you know, just the atmosphere, the crowd involvement, the songs, you know, we need a bit of booze in there, man, like, you know, for the people, like, so yeah, I think it makes sense, man. And look, it's just the storyline. Yeah, I think the storyline makes sense as well. Like, the people are speaking. I think it makes sense, guys.
Let's have it, man. Let's have it. That would be a farewell, and yeah, you know, that will be a good fight, because it's mad, because now obviously Derek beating Otto Wallin, he's now position number 2 in IBF. Apparently,
this is where I think we had this debate on our WhatsApp group, you know, with the rest of the family. Yeah. Big up to obviously Ray, Stay Wading, and the rest of the brothers. And big up to also Rico as well, and Trill Dollar Bill. They obviously did the watch along for the fight as well. I think because Frank Warren is playing his cards right, putting this fight as the IBF sort of eliminator. So that's kind of stealing, you know, whose spot we're talking about. We're talking about our brother, you know, Martin Bakoli, because he's got that fight with a Jagba, and isn't that for the IBF eliminator to fight Dubois? So what are they trying to do there? Because for me, it has to be Martin Bakoli, because he's been, you know, in that discussion a lot longer than Chisora, even though Chisora's won this fight. So for me, it just makes sense. Should Martin Bakoli win his fight, he needs to be mandatory to fight.
I'm not gonna lie, Martin Bakoli, I hope it's not all hyping though. You know, if he loses this fight,
that's not even in my head, because I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to put
Listen, no,
energy for
because every
police,
stories, yeah. Listen, he said it's so calm. Yeah. I was in Spa. We've done it the bar. Yeah, and I broke
He's
his
not
nose.
ready. He's not ready. I'll knock him out in under 6 rounds.
He
I
said he
love
broke his nose 3 times. Did he break it or did he just pop it? And then with AJ, he goes, "Yeah, I sparred him," and then he got aggressive, wanted to knock me out. Then I went, "Ah."
See, this is why I love. This is why I love Lucy, man. She confirmed that both IBF's top 2 rankings are vacant. So, yeah, look, that's what's happened, man. So, yeah, it's very, very, very interesting. Ooh, maybe can do a press conference, then fake an injury to get out the fight. I think she's talking about David Hay.
We need Hay, man. We need.
Leave him alone, man. Let him. If he wants to come back, let him come back, man.
Final dance,
the final dance, yeah. Last man standing.
Then the final dance, and then that's it. We call it a night, call it a day or whatever, then he can retire. But I don't know if Derek's gonna retire though, man. Yeah, I don't know. He loves it. It's that buzz. He loves it.
He loves it. You could tell. Look, he was emotional, man. Like from his parents, and after the fight, man, you could just see how beat up he was, man. But he proper put in the shift, man. You saw different emotions, man. You saw like the energy, like I love it, like yeah, man. Big up to Chisora, man.
Right? If that was David Miller, would the outcome be the same?
This is the fight we need to see, cuz, man. I think if we need to see a proper acid test, we need to see a Chisora versus a Miller next, just to kind of see where he's at, because we've seen what Miller could do against Andy Ruiz Jr. It was an arguable fight that he did win, but it came out a draw. So I think that would be a good next step, because Joe Joyce, I don't think a lot of people expected Chisora to win. He won that fight. This fight, I think they were saying that Wallin, is tricky, southpaw, could cause a lot of problems. So he's obviously got over that hurdle. So a 50th fight, I wouldn't mind, Jarrell Miller. But if we're talking money, I don't know what he's gonna choose, man. Or out of the 3 names that he's clearly, printed out the posters for, because what I mean? The crowd call for AJ, man. The crowd raised for AJ, man. Is he gonna fight his manager?
I don't know, because I don't know. It'll be a street. It'll be a banger, but I can't see it happening. I don't know. I can't, because again, when Derek fought Usyk, this was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I said to you, I said, nah, I think Derek won that, but I think the reason why they let Usyk win it, because it would do better in terms of numbers, like pay-per-view or not. If it was Derek vs AJ, back then I don't think. I mean, don't get me wrong, AJ, regardless who he fights, he's a big star, he's a superstar. It will still do numbers regardless. But Derek vs AJ, who wins? Interesting. Interesting.
It is interesting, man. Look, FK Breeze is confirming that he's 41. For some reason, he's fighting better but slower, which is good points as well. Chisora don't give a shit. He was in his boxers and socks like he's at home. That's why this is one of the reasons why I just love Chisora, man, because he just has the energy of let's have it. Like anytime, I don't care who it is, I don't care what style you bring, you're getting down on the floor, man. And he proved that. And look, when you got man just flying in the air like this, cuz, man, from a glazed shot, man, you gotta love Chisora, man. So big up to Derek Ward, Chisora. I believe Abbas and Ray, they've got a tribute episode that's coming out on Stay Weighed In, so it should be out on the channel on Tuesday. So people, make sure you tune into that, man, because Abbas is a true fan. You've done some great content, throughout the week, for Fight Week, getting a few clips of Chisora. So, he's going to obviously love, talking about his guy. And he predicted that, Chisora is going to win that fight, man. So big up to Abbas and big up to, just the whole of the family, man. This is what we do. Stop the foolishness. AJ gets him out of there, due respect. I have a feeling that Ray is in the admin for Stay Weighed In, man. I definitely have a feeling. This sounds like Ray right now.
With boxing, I always say this, I just don't know anymore. Like the same way Parker fighting Triple D. I don't know who's gonna win. I honestly, obviously it'll be great to see Triple D do the job and see if he's gonna fight Bokoli next or Usyk. But then I'm hearing Klitschko wants to come out of retirement to fight Usyk. That's just nonsense, man. If anything, Klitschko, if he comes out of retirement, he should fight Shannon Briggs or David Hayes.
Let's go, champ. Yeah. Let's have it. Exhibition. Let them two have an exhibition.
Nah, not exhibition. Nah, straight up.
Oh, you want it straight? Oh, okay, you're calling for straight fights here. Nah, man. Of course. And you know what? I know Ray too well, man. I knew it. Man. Oh, man. My cuz, man. But now that you kind of spoke about it, it's coming up. We got to obviously let the people know the last crescendo is happening, the 22nd. We're obviously going to do a proper review nearer to the time, but because this is going to be one of the greatest cards that we've ever sort of seen, in my opinion, man.
Just a quick one. I was expecting Fury to say something yesterday. Tyson Fury. Honestly, I was expecting him to say, Joshua, come on, let's do this. Do you know what I mean? I was expecting like a WWE moment. Yeah,
no, of course, man, of course. But I think he's kind of just, keeping it easy, relaxing a little bit. He's enjoying his money, no pressures about AJ and this and that. Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, I won't be mad at Fury if he just says, look, no more. I just want to spend time with my wife, my family. He's made a lot of money in the sport. He's done a lot for the sport. He made it exciting, especially after that trilogy with Wilder. He kind of reawoken it a little bit because it died down a little bit when we didn't see the Wilder and AJ fight, and then Fury stepped in and kind of made it exciting again. Had the Ring magazine title as well. So man, it was credit to Fury, man. And if that happens, I would love it. If it doesn't, let's have AJ versus the Bronze Bomber, man. Let's have it. Let's
also have Andy Ruiz fight Jake Paul. Let's have it.
Well, Andy Ruiz Jr. Oh, cuz you'll destroy him, man. Let's destroy the Jake, man. Let him. I like, as much as people could hate Jake, he's good for boxing because he's giving like his fighters in his stable a bigger platform. Just the fact that they've got Netflix, that whole partnership, the viewership in that, the commercial rights in that, the endorsements is excellent, man. So
one thing, I just want to address one thing, right? Was it last week? Martin McCauley and Ben Shalom was saying the fight is sealed and done. We're going to the Congo. He said,
Rico, up where Rico, spoke to Martin himself. Martin's also said it. It's come out of his mouth. Like, if there was any doubts, we need to know.
The thing is that they were adamant, like, it's a sad deal, it's happening next. But then everyone's thinking, wait, hold on, we ain't received nothing. Eddie heard him and said, look, I rate that. I would have done the same thing as well, but come on, let's stop being silly.
Babbage, would you mind Jake Paul versus Babbage?
Ooh, that's a good fight. Yeah,
Babbage would be a decent one, yeah. Shalom is the snake's oil salesman. Oh my days! You know what? Big up to Ben Shalom, man. I can't hate on him, man. Like he's got you back in his corner. So I got to support him, man. I do. I've got a little bit of a soft spot for Ben because I know Frank, Eddie, Oscar, the higher people. They're obviously going to be ahead of him. He's the new buck, but if he wounds himself, in big fights, like the Martin Bacoli, that's his asset right now in the heavyweight division. Yeah. So he's going to do as much as possible to promote the hell out of him, man. So let's see what happens, man. I don't think that'll be the next fight, but let's see what has Babbage got to offer. I think Babbage, you already know what he's going to bring, man. But
Babbage
bring money.
If Jake Paul was to fight Babbage, but his profile, I don't know, because that fight would probably have to be here. I suppose it'll be, obviously Jake's got a big fan base here as well.
introduction. Yeah,
yeah, maybe like Wembley Arena.
Yeah, because like I said, I want to remind it. No soft spot for Ben. He's he keeping his fighters in the dark. No, it's true. No, it is true.
I mean, I saw a statement from what's her name? Savannah
Marshall. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't know what's going on there, but
that's horrible. That's horrible, man.
Yeah.
And Francesca Hennessy as well. Like those two, you would expect those two fighters to be on a women's card like that, man. So that's definitely a hiccup on that end. It is definitely a weird one. So obviously Lucy and FK Breeze are going back and forth there, but cuz we obviously did a bit of overtime for the people. Once again, thank you so much for everyone that's tuned in. Of course, remember, we do these shows for you guys. This is like a Sunday service where, you know, we let you guys just have the floor, say what you like as well. And also just want to remind people as well, we didn't win, but we were finalists. We were shortlisted for the awards. So next year, we'll obviously come back stronger. But it's just a representation of what we've been able to do for the channel. So bigger and better. And also just a reminder for people as well, $2 album is available to stream on all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify. Just scan the QR code and you should have that available. Also, Stay Weighed In as well. Special tribute show for Chisora, of course, for his 49th fight. They're obviously going to do a review of The Last Dance. You know, Abbas is a huge fan. So people, make sure you are tuned in to what we're doing. And other than that, cuz I think that is the show wrapped up, man. But big up to the people once again. Thank you so much for the support. Tremendous love and energy sent your way. So hopefully you have a great evening. Cuz I'm going to hand it over to yourself. But God bless you. Appreciate you. And yeah, just excited for the next show. We got quite a few comments going crazy right now. People are about to see Biyenge do the best. You know what? Because he said it, we're gonna run the promo of D-Rock, man. Epic. We're doing it right now, man. So big up our sponsors, D-Rock, before we wrap up. Yes, people. D-Rock in association with iBoxingHub. So, guys, take advantage of the discount code. Head over to the description. 40% off. iBoxingHub 24. If you like what my cousin was wearing during the shadow boxing, make sure you head over to D-Rock.
See this?
People, man.
Boom. Night. FK Breeze.
Night, man. Everyone is saying have a great day. Big up to everyone in the chat. $1 confirming his album's out. Ibuprofen. I don't know where that's come from, man, but big up, man. Big up, man. Cuz I'm gonna hand it over to you, cuz.
Yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. Much respect. We're growing. We've got more things that's coming. Have a lovely, productive week. We shall see you on Wednesday. Love and peace.
Yes, and on Wednesday we're gonna have a special guest as well. So bang, let's go. Just surprising everyone, and it might as well just drop it in. Boosh.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flips me a bag by the end. So it's another